Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. What we're doing today is Aries June 2025 Tarot and Energy Sigil. Okay, so I'm going to be pulling the cards that are going to be directing your sigil, and it looks like you have the Wheel of Fortune coming up for you, as well as the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. So these three cards will direct the sigil. So with the Wheel of Fortune, there's an unexpected turn of events that, based on a desire for you to change something in your life. And this is a profound change. It's a very important change. It's something that you're just kind of like, I'm done. This needs to be fixed. This needs to be handled. I'm going to do it. Now is the time. Okay, it's getting started. We also have the Page of Pentacles, which is kind of starting from fresh eyes, you know, having an interest in it, learning, taking baby steps, you know, maybe outlining a plan, that type of thing. But then you also have the Queen of Pentacles, shaping your own reality, which is going to bring us to the sigil that I am, you know, drawing on a sigil. I'm sorry, on the sticky. So on the sticky, I have written, I shape my reality. For Aries, June 2025, I remove all of the vowels and then I keep the consonants, and that will be what will end up as your sigil. So I just kind of connect the letters together. You can do this any way you please. If you like a bunch of curly cues, if you like, you know, things very, you know, just connect the edges of the letters. It doesn't matter. You can do it yourself. But this is just the sigil that I'll be creating using this Sakura oil pastels. Okay, so let's move on into your tarot, and shortly you will be seeing a picture of the tarot cards that I have pulled out for you. And we're going to start with overall energy, and you got 4 cards. Surprisingly for that, I usually just try and pull 3, but you got 4 here for Aries, and we are starting with the Hermit, moving to the 10 of Swords, moving to the 4 of Swords, and then the Queen of Swords. So a lot of Swords energy here, and this is very cerebral energy. You are actively thinking about the changes that want to, and there's the tarot cards there, actively thinking about the changes that you want to make. You know, how do I accomplish this? How do I do this? How do I actually affect this grand change in my life? Now, I think this is something that is just bigger than you. It's very big, and you know, drastic. It's a drastic change, and Aries, you know, you guys can just make these sweeping moves very easily because of your great passion and also great control. You're also a wonderful sign that does enjoy starting something new once you get all in alignment with it. You know, it's like, okay, now I'm going to go for this, and you really do charge ahead. Okay, so you do have the Hermit here, and that is taking a pause, that's taking a rest. It's more of a planning phase, also a learning phase. It's also secluding yourself, not sharing what you're doing with everybody around you, and then just kind of going from that standpoint, because honestly, you do need to kind of organize your mind and also put your heart into it. So it has to have your mind, body, and soul all in alignment in order to affect this change, in order to really make a plan of action. So you might find yourself just kind of wanting to sit alone. You don't want to be touched by anybody. You don't want to be near anybody. You don't even probably want to be dealing with people, you know, any kind of DMs, text, anything like that. You may just want to be just by yourself, and that's okay. And you have the 10 of Swords. Something in your life has to end in order for you to affect this new change, and I think you know it. I think the writing's already on the wall. You already see it. So of course this is something that is, I'm gonna say, written in the stars. I just think you knew that it's gonna happen, and it's almost as if I see somebody looking up at the sky and saying, you know what, this has to stop. I see what's coming, you know, I see what's around the corner, that type of thing, and you're just kind of making things happen. Okay, and then you have the 4 of Swords. After you make this decision, there's going to be a bit of a reprieve, kind of a rest time, a relief time, because I think it's been something that's on your mind for maybe, I mean, it could even be years that this has been on your mind. And now all of a sudden you have decided to change. And for whatever reason, you know, your soul is ready for that, you know, and the universe is ready to respond. And so, of course, that's what that lends this kind of energy towards your new change. Okay. Then you have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords is that energy of, she's a swift actions, but she's also a planner. So no swift actions without a plan, on a whim, any of that business. Okay, so that's going to be directing your overall reading here. Let's get into some astrology, and I'm not an astrologer, so, you know, bear with me here, but the astrology for June 2025, the energy for Aries, you do have Jupiter in Cancer, so there's going to be a focus on home and family matters. need to be very direct with people around you because, again, your life is changing. You are changing your life. You're shaping your reality, just as your sigil says. And so I think in order to affect this change, you may have to be more direct than you normally are with people around you. That doesn't mean be mean. That just means, you say what you need to say. That's it. Done, over with. No, none of that carrying on, nagging, any of that energy. But it's just being very calm and either directing others or just stating what you require. Ask for what you need. So in the beginning of June, it's very important, career-wise as well as relationship-wise, that we ask for what we want. Be very specific, and that could mean asking the universe for what you want. Be very specific. If it's an increase in money, ask for that. If it's an increase in opportunity, increase in skills, so opportunity for more learning, opportunity for a better relationship, more connections, things like that. Go ahead and ask. So in mid-June, though, it is very important that you expect the unexpected, okay? And so we did have that Wheel of Fortune in your sigil, and so everything's kind of coinciding, and so there could be some unexpected changes that will result in some great growth and also increasing your potential. So increasing your, feeling very worthy, feeling very excited again, feeling very happy about these changes, because it's good for you. So you are taking things into your own hands and changing things in your life for your overall health, well-being, and financial well-being. Okay, let's see. In June, wishful thinking. Oh, be careful of wishful thinking as well as, so take those step-by-step actions. So we did have that Queen of Swords, and Swords energy is always that planning energy. It's that cerebral energy. It's logical energy. So we do need to take step-by-step actions and stay away from following the crowd type things. And a month, good luck. Expect good luck. Okay, let's move on into the tarot. We do have the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords is you walking away, leading something. We kind of know that, right? Ace of Wands can help you for something more creative. You see something better. The grass really is greener on the other side. You see something better, so you're willing to change. You do have the Seven of Coins in the past. That is making that choice to make this change, to affect this change. In your subconscious, you have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups says, you're putting your heart in it. You know where you want to go. You know what you want in life. Your heart is all in, and you're like, how do I do it? We do have the Page of Swords in your conscious reality, which means that is starting the whole plan. It's a again, Swords energy, logic. We do need to plan things out. So yes, it starts with that initial spark of interest and that kind of boot to the pants of oh my God, I cannot do this anymore, so I've got to change it. And then we have to go into the researching and planning phase. And so that's kind of what you're doing right now. It's starting small. It's okay. Start small. That's fine. Start small. Learn as you go. You do have the King of Cups in your future. You're going to be very satisfied with the direction that you're heading, and you're going to feel very emotionally balanced about this because it is something that you've wanted to do for a very long time. I feel like years, probably years, you've wanted to do this, and now is the time. Okay, we do have the High Priestess, and that is how you're showing up with things. You've done a lot of soul searching regarding this. You just really have not, this is not on a whim. This is soul searching. This is gathering information. This is like, now is the time, now or never. And so you're kind of coming from that standpoint. The Eight of Cups is in your reality, so your environment, and your environment is the Eight of Cups, which means you are going forward. So you have two cards of going forward, the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. This is going forward in vulnerability. You don't exactly know what's around the corner. However, you're willing to kind of change yourself, change your habits, also change, in order to allow this into your life, in order to really, transform your life into something that you want and have wanted for possibly many years, there's going to be some internal changes that are going to come about in your life. So you're now seeing those changes in your exterior environment. It's almost like going into a whole new world. You could actually be moving to another area that's more suitable or another, abode. So there's something here about kind of going it's a bit intrepid. The feeling is intrepidness in this reading. So the advice is the Six of Wands. And I love this energy because it's like, just go, it's time. It's time to do it, do the thing, get moving, get going. Don't lose sight of your goal because you have this grand goal. I feel like it is a huge thing, and I just feel it's old, like years in the making. And so you're finally feeling like, I just gotta start. It doesn't matter how small. You start with research, start with taking one baby step, start with organizing yourself in preparation to take on this whole new life path. You don't need to, eat the whole hippopotamus all at once. You just, one bite at a time. That's disgusting, but whatever. I think it's a Shel Silverstein poem. Anyway, so just start as small as you need to, and that's okay. Nobody's going to, nobody really knows what you're doing. This is really an internal change, but your environment is definitely reflecting it because you are now at the point of being direct, right? So in your astrology, there is that emphasis on being direct, and people might not know why you're asking for the things that you're asking for, and that's okay. And they won't understand the whole picture until you really start getting into the swing of things, the swing of this change, and you really start moving to better yourself and actively creating the potential that is available to you. So, okay, let's see where we're going. Oh, 9 of Coins is at your ending. This is just going to bring you, I always feel like the 9 of Coins, people say, oh, she's all alone or whatever. Well, kind of, but she's very happy doing what she wants to do when she wants to do it. So it's going to bring you a sense of great satisfaction. So I'm feeling on this reading great satisfaction for you, Aries, in June. And so, and I think it's just great satisfaction and confidence. Okay. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, Aries.